The story begins in the kingdom of Woou, where the people have gathered to present gifts to their king, King Alton. As everyone stands before him, we see Princess Turandot running around playfully, chasing a butterfly. But suddenly, her foot gets caught in the carpet and she falls. She starts crying from the pain. The carpet beneath her shows a map of the Woou Empire, but there's one empty space in the middle. That empty land belongs to a small kingdom called Malvia, the only state that has never surrendered to Woou. That empty space is exactly where Turandot got hurt. Seeing this, King Alton gives an order. That empty space must be filled. General Boyan is sent with an army to conquer Malvia. In the next scene, we see the peaceful kingdom of Malvia. A wise master named Woou is training Prince Caliph in sword fighting. On Caliph's wrist is a special bracelet, and the king and queen are wearing similar ones. These are not ordinary bracelets. They are magical and cursed. When all three are worn together, they grant immense power, but also bring a deadly curse. These bracelets have been passed down through generations. Soon General Boyan arrives with his army and launches a sudden attack on Malvia. The kingdom was completely unprepared. There was no time to defend. The battle turns into a massacre. Soldiers fall, civilians are killed, even the king and queen lose their lives, but Master Woou manages to escape, taking Prince Caliph with him. They return to Woou in secret. Master Wou's wife and daughter Liu are relieved to see them safe. To protect Caliph's identity, Master Woou gives him a new name, Neil. Now the prince lives with them as one of their own. Meanwhile, in the royal palace, Princess Turandot's birthday is being celebrated. The sky lights up with magnificent fireworks. She receives many gifts, but one gift stands out: the 3 golden bracelets, the same cursed ones that once belonged to Caliph's family. She wears 2 of them immediately and brings the 3rd one to her father. But unknowingly, King Alton places all 3 bracelets on the same hand, and in that moment, everything changes. The curse is activated. Turandot feels intense pain in her hand. Her vision begins to fade until everything turns black and white. She looks around, and everyone appears like skeletons. Terrified, she collapses. The king immediately calls for an astrologer. The astrologer reveals the truth. These bracelets are cursed. They will continue to drain the princess's life until she dies. But there is still hope. The bracelets must be removed before she turns 18 years old. After that, the curse will kill her. But there's only one way to remove them. Someone must answer 3 riddles, and only a person who truly loves her can solve them. King Alton tries to cheer his daughter up, ordering more fireworks to light up the sky, but it doesn't matter anymore. To Turandot, everything still looks dark and lifeless. Meanwhile, far away, Neil and Lou watch the fireworks together, smiling, unaware of the fate that's slowly unfolding. As time passes, Neil grows older, but one thing never changes: his love for fireworks. He's constantly trying to create better, more powerful designs on his own. One day, Lou comes to him and takes him to a secret place, the royal workshop, where fireworks are made for King Alton himself. They sneak in quietly, because ordinary people are strictly forbidden from entering. But suddenly, the guards spot them. Panicked, Neil and Lou run for their lives, escaping through a hidden cave. They keep moving deeper, not knowing where it leads. Meanwhile, General Boyan arrives at the palace to train Princess Turandot in sword fighting, but Turandot refuses. Still, Boyan steps forward. Turandot uses the power of the bracelets. She moves like lightning, appearing behind him instantly. Boyan is shocked, but he's a warrior. He doesn't back down. Instead, he continues the fight. The duel intensifies, and they move outside the palace. At the same time, Neil and Lou exit the cave and unknowingly arrive at the same place. Neil sees Boyan attacking the princess and misunderstands the situation. Without hesitation, he steps forward and challenges Boyan to a fight. Boyan gets angry and accepts. A fierce battle begins. Neil fights with incredible skill, even surprising Boyan, so much that Boyan asks, "Is Master Woou your teacher?" Because the truth is, Master Woou trained both of them. Their fighting styles are almost identical, but despite his skill, Neil can't hold on for long. Boyan gains the upper hand and is about to strike him down, when suddenly, Turandot steps in. She blocks the attack with her arm. Boyan's sword hits the magical bracelet and shatters. Neil's life is saved. Turandot sends Boyan away and turns to Neil. Impressed by his skills, she asks him to train her. Neil agrees, and as they spend time together, training, learning, laughing, something begins to grow between them, a quiet connection. But then, something strange happens. When Neil touches the bracelets, he starts seeing visions, fragments of memories, because those bracelets once belonged to him and his family. But Neil doesn't remember any of it. Not yet. Their bond deepens, but before leaving, Turandot gives him a warning: "Don't come to see me on the full moon night," and she walks away. That night, we see Boyan in a hidden cave, standing inside magical water, trying to gain more power, but nothing happens. Then the astrologer appears and gives him a dangerous idea: marry Princess Turandot, and you will gain unimaginable power. Even the Woou Empire will be yours. Meanwhile, Neil ignores Turandot's warning. On the night of the full moon, he goes to meet her, but when he enters her room, he's shocked. Turandot is chained, bound tightly. He rushes to free her, but she stops him. She warns him. The curse takes over on full moon nights. I lose control. I could hurt you. That's why she chained herself, but Neil doesn't listen. He frees her anyway, and the moment she's released, the curse awakens. Turandot attacks him. Just before things go too far, she regains control for a moment and desperately tells him, "Run, leave now." Seeing this terrifying side of her, Neil finally understands the danger, and he leaves. But now, everything has changed. The next day, Princess Turandot's father, King Alton, visits her. He tells her that the Prince of Woou is coming to see her, and she needs to get ready. Turandot is shocked. She reminds her father, "The prince's younger brother died because of me, and now he's coming here." Something feels wrong, but King Alton ignores her concern and simply tells her to prepare. Meanwhile, the Prince of Woou is entering the city with his guards. As they move through the busy streets, Liu and her friend secretly steal his precious dagger and run. The prince immediately chases them, with his soldiers right behind. The chase turns chaotic. Stalls break, crowds scatter, everything turns into complete chaos. Suddenly, a wooden tower begins to collapse, right toward the prince. But at the last second, Neil jumps in and saves his life. Not only that, he also returns the stolen dagger. The prince is impressed. He smiles and calls Neil his brother. From that moment, a strong bond begins to form between them. But the very next day, everything changes. When the prince is brought to meet Princess Turandot, he suddenly attacks her, trying to kill her. But Turandot easily dodges. Using her powers, the prince is captured. Now the truth is revealed. He didn't come for marriage. He came for revenge, to avenge his brother's death. The next day, he is brought before King Alton. The king gives him a chance. If you answer 3 riddles correctly, you will be set free, because only someone who truly loves the princess can solve them. But the prince refuses. He would rather die than play along. Seeing this, Neil steps forward. I'll answer the riddles in his place, because to him, the prince is no longer just a stranger. He's family, his brother, and he refuses to let him die. Luki tries to stop him. If you fail, you'll die too. But Neil doesn't care. He's already made his choice. So the challenge is set. 3 riddles, 3 days. 1 mistake means death. The next day, everyone gathers. The king, the princess, and in the center, Neil. Princess Turandot walks toward him and asks the first riddle. What is born in darkness and dies in light? Neil closes his eyes, trying to think, but instead of an answer, he sees a vision, a memory. He sees his mother walking into a room. This was the day General Boyan attacked Malvia. His mother urges the king, "Wear the bracelets, you must fight." At first, the king refuses, but eventually, he wears all 3 bracelets on one hand, and in that moment, he becomes incredibly powerful, unstoppable, destroying enemies one by one. Suddenly, Neil snaps back to reality. Time is up. He hasn't answered. The guards grab him and begin taking him away toward a brutal execution, a death in boiling oil. And now, everything hangs by a thread. Seeing Neil about to be executed, Liu desperately begs her father to save him, but Master Zhou is helpless. There's nothing he can do. Just then, Neil gets another vision. He sees his mother, telling him to go with Master Zhou. "You are our last hope." Neil opens his eyes and finally speaks. The answer is hope. The moment he says it, one of Turandot's bracelets shatters. Proof that he's right. But the crowd doesn't understand. They think he failed, and Neil is about to be dropped into boiling oil. At the last second, Master Zhou steps in and saves him. Turandot signals. The answer is correct. Neil is freed. When the broken bracelet piece is shown to the king, he's overjoyed. If Neil answers all 3 riddles, he will marry Princess Turandot. But somewhere else, Boyan watches, holding a piece of the broken bracelet, and he whispers, "Tomorrow, no fireworks, no matter what." The next day, everyone gathers again. Neil sits in the center, waiting. Turandot asks the second riddle. What makes a woman more beautiful, but brings misfortune to men? And when it freezes, it kills them both. Neil closes his eyes again, trying to find the answer. Rain begins to fall, and everyone leaves, except Liu. She stays. Another vision appears. Neil sees his father. After wearing all 3 bracelets, powerful, but lost. He sees everyone as skeletons. He can't tell friend from enemy, and in that madness, he kills even the queen. Neil snaps back, but time is up. He still hasn't answered. This time, the punishment is brutal. 1,000 cuts. Neil is tied down, and the execution begins. Pain everywhere. And then, another vision. He sees his father again. After killing the queen, consumed by guilt, he takes his own life. In that moment, Neil understands. The answer is blood. As soon as he says it, the second bracelet breaks. Turandot orders fireworks to signal the correct answer, but Boyan's men stop them. No fireworks. The answer is wrong. Kill him. Master Zhu steps forward. He's right. It's just the rain that stopped the signal. A fight breaks out. Master Zhu versus Boyan. Meanwhile, Turandot fights off Boyan's men. Liu joins the battle too, fighting beside her father. After a long fight, Boyan realizes he can't win, so he grabs Liu, holding a sword to her throat. Neil sees this. "Let her go. Take me instead." Boyan smiles and attacks Neil, but before the strike lands, Turandot steps in, shattering Boyan's Boyan's sword. The answer is correct. The fight ends. Master Ju takes Neil home. There, Neil asks the question he's been holding inside. My real name is Kalaf, isn't it? Why did you hide everything from me? Master Ju looks at him and says softly, you finally remember, and reveals the truth. But far away, Boyan isn't done yet. Holding the second broken bracelet piece, he gives an order, kill Neil. The final battle is getting closer. The next day, Kalaf decides to leave Wushu. Along with Lu, he heads back toward his homeland, Malvia. Now he knows the truth. Boyan was the one who destroyed his kingdom, killed his family, and now his life is in danger too. But on the way, Boyan's soldiers ambush them. Just as things are about to go wrong, Princess Turandot arrives and saves them. She looks at Kalaf and warns him, if you leave without answering the third riddle, I will kill you. Kalaf doesn't run. Instead, he does something shocking. He grabs Turandot's sword and drives it into his own chest. At the same moment, he gives the answer to the third riddle, and instantly, the final bracelet shatters. The curse is broken. Turandot is finally free. Kalaf is rushed back to the palace. He survives because his heart is on the right side of his chest. Later, when everyone leaves, Turandot comes to him. She thanks him for saving her, for ending her curse, and then she asks him to marry her. But Kalaf says, only if you truly find out who I am, then I'll marry you. Meanwhile, Boyan has collected all 3 broken bracelet pieces. He enters the magical water and absorbs their power. He becomes stronger than ever. The astrologer warns him, now only the true owner of the bracelets can kill you. Hearing this, Boyan kills him immediately. No witnesses, no secrets left behind. He tries to kill Master Zhou too, but fails. The injured astrologer somehow survives and reaches the fireworks master. Soon after, Boyan finds Kalaf and attacks him, but Turandot steps in, stopping him. Boyan reveals the truth. Kalaf belongs to the enemy kingdom. Turandot is shocked. She says, we'll talk to the king, but Boyan wants Kalaf dead. Turandot makes a deal. I'll do anything you say, just let him live. Boyan smiles, then marry me, and she agrees. The next day, everyone gathers before the king. Now King Alton knows the truth about Kalaf and orders his execution, but Turandot steps forward. This is all Boyan's fault. He attacked Malvia without warning. Just then, the astrologer arrives, barely alive, and reveals everything. The truth is out. Boyan has no choice. He rebels and attacks the king. A massive battle begins. Chaos everywhere. During the fight, Master Zhou is killed. Because now, Boyan is too powerful. Turandot and Kalaf escape into a cave, filled with fireworks. Boyan follows them. They trigger an explosion, burying Boyan under rocks. But he rises again, stronger than ever. The final battle begins. Turandot gets badly injured. Kalaf takes his sword, now stained with Turandot's blood, and strikes Boyan, because only the true owner of the bracelets can kill him, and Turandot was that owner. Boyan is finally defeated, but the victory comes at a cost. Turandot dies from her injuries. Kalaf is shattered, because he truly loved her. In the end, Kalaf returns to Malvia. He becomes king, but his heart still belongs to Turandot, and in her memory, he lights up the sky with fireworks. Sometimes love doesn't mean being together forever. Sometimes it means sacrificing everything, so the other person can live free.